What is happening with my hair today?
Hello and welcome to day 10 of that trip to Japan that we did. Today we are leaving the tour and even leaving each other as Liam goes to Suzuka to watch the Japanese Grand Prix. Myself, Maya and Chloe feed the deer at Nara Park. Jim visits Osaka Castle. And Mark spends all day catching trains looking for his lost bag. So I'll get Liam's trip out of the way with first. When we were looking at dates for the tour, Liam pointed out that the Formula One would be having a race at Suzuka circuit around the time we were looking. I thought he was pointing that out because maybe we should avoid it because there might be a lot of tourists at that time. But no, he wanted to try and get the trip to coincide so he could potentially go and watch it. And the way the tour fell worked out amazingly. The race was scheduled for the day after the tour ended, and we were in Osaka, which was the closest to Suzuka circuit that we would be for the whole trip. I considered tagging along. It's very unlikely I'll get to see an F1 race in Japan again. But even considering our proximity, it took around 2 to 3 hours to get there, and the return journey would be even longer as that evening we had a hotel booked in Mihara, which is in the opposite direction. Also, not going meant I got to have a nice little lie-in. Okay, on to the elephant in the room, Mark's lost bag. When we got off the final stop at Namba Station in Osaka on day 9, someone on the tour noticed a bag had been left on the train and asked if anybody was missing one. Long story short, Mark didn't hear this. He realised very shortly afterwards that he was missing a bag, by which point the bag had already been handed in. He went to the Lost and Found, who said that the bag would have been placed back on the train and taken to the end of the line. Considering it was the last night of the tour, he decided to look for it in the morning, which brings us to day 10. So Mark and Jim go on the hunt for Mark's bag, while me, Maya and Chloe go to Nara Park with a plan to meet up again in the afternoon. First they check the Lost and Found at Namba Station, who don't have it and again say to try the end of the line. The end of the line in this case was Nakamozu Station, which takes around 25 minutes to get to. Once there, Mark talks to the man at the station, who I'm going to refer to as Station Guy. There's some difficulty with communication because Station Guy's English isn't that good, and Mark and Jim's Japanese is, well, they don't speak any Japanese. But after a while, and with Station Guy seemingly getting quite annoyed, it becomes clear he's telling them that the bag isn't there and to return to the Lost and Found in Namba. So they do. A different person at the Lost and Found has another look, but still nothing, and again they say to try the end of the line. On the off chance that they were mistaken about which line they lost the bag on before, Mark and Jim go to the last station of a different line, probably to Suminokoen Station, we're not sure. But again, nothing. At this point, they've already spent a couple of hours looking, so Jim decides to call it quits and he heads off to Osaka Castle. Mark, though, never a man to take "your bag isn't here" for an answer, returns to Nakamozu to try again. This time, Station Guy hardly even acknowledges him. Japanese people hate giving you a direct no, but they are very happy to totally blank you. Back to the Lost and Found in Namba for the third time, and after explaining himself to another staff member, a woman behind the desk gets on the phone. After a long, tense, possibly slightly heated phone call, she returns and states definitively that Mark's bag is at Nakamozu Station. And 25 plus minutes later, Station Guy greets Mark with a big welcoming smile and his lost bag. It had been there the whole time and seemingly Station Guy had just lied about it. Considering that this was our one day to explore Osaka and Mark just spent 5 or 6 hours of it looking for a lost bag, you might think it must have had something really important in it, like his passport. Nope, it only had his hoodie in, but to quote Mark directly, "It's a really good bag." There's obviously nothing on this, it's just a prop. Right, finally, stuff I actually have footage for. While Liam is enjoying the excitement of the Grand Prix and Mark and Jim are getting a tour of the Osaka Underground, me, Maya and Chloe head over to Nara Park. Nara Park is actually in the nearby city of Nara and is renowned for having hundreds of free roaming deer. There are also museums, shrines and temples, but frankly, we were only there for the deer. It took us around an hour to get there. You can feed the deer. They sell deer biscuits at the park. You get 4 or 5 for £1. And the deer will bow to you to get their food. Well, some will bow. Most will do a sort of weird head shake thing. But, you know, they are deer. We found the deer to be very docile. They can gang up on you a bit when you have food, but we were there sort of mid-late morning. Many were already happily fed and just chilling out. It was quite busy at the corner of the park closest to the station, but the park is very big and there were plenty of deer to go around. I had a lovely time with the deer. It was very pleasant. We only saw a fraction of the park. You could easily spend a whole day there, and the city of Nara is a tourist destination in itself. We end our time in Nara having a traditional Japanese meal of pizza at a restaurant on Higashimuki shopping street. Back in Osaka, we head over for a quick nosy around Osaka Castle. If you're paying close attention, you may remember me saying that Jim also visited Osaka Castle that day. This would have been a perfect time for us to meet up, but unfortunately Jim didn't have any mobile data, so we had no way of contacting him. He did find his way to the castle though, and unlike us, he had enough time to make it inside. We had to make do with a quick walk around the outside before going back to the hotel to catch the train to Mihara. Still, the outside was really impressive, and it's cool seeing it on TV in Shogun and recognising the bits we'd walked around. We end day 10 in Mihara, which we had chosen as our launch pad for days 11 and 12, as it has good rail links for Bunny Island and the Shimanami Kaido cycle route, and was on the Shinkansen line from Osaka to Hiroshima, making it very easy to get to. It took about 2 hours to get there on the bullet train. I remember getting a bit worried as the time to leave approached because we still had no way of contacting Jim and we didn't know where he was, but he turned up in the end. We get to Mihara at around 7 in the evening, I think, and we've specifically booked a hotel right across from the station. Eventually, Liam joined us. His journey took around 4 to 5 hours since, again, Suzuka is in the opposite direction. Then we head out to dive into Japan's deep cultural waters by getting a meal from the fast food joint Mossburger, which is apparently Japan's answer to McDonald's. Right, and that is everything for day 10. Enjoy!